Welcome to Unews, Thursday, October 17th. I'm Maity, Interiano. And we begin today's show with a key figure in the impeachment inquiry, and a renowned civil rights leader has died. Congress Elijah Cummings passed away overnight at Johns Hopkins University Hospital due to long-standing health challenges. Here's a look back at the story's career. Rest in peace. A senior Democratic leadership aide says Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney will take over as acting chair of the House Oversight Committee until a permanent chair can be elected. The Oversight Committee is one of the three committees involved in the impeachment inquiry of President Trump. Speaking of impeachment showdown, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, George Lansland, is testifying on Capitol Hill today, despite an attempt by the White House to block his testimony. And we're getting all the new details about why a former aide sounded the alarm about his conduct. Here's Claudio Seda with the latest.
Very important testimony here on Capitol Hill. This as in a press conference, Nancy Pelosi said that there is no timeline for this impeachment inquiry. President Trump has denied doing anything wrong. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Claudio Seda in Washington, D.C. And with us to talk more about the latest impeachment development is Joseph Moreno. To the controversy surrounding President Trump in Syria, Republicans have joined Democrats to criticize the president's policy. Trump lashed out in a tense White House meeting that descended into name-calling, prompting a walkout from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who called the president's performance a meltdown. Carolina Sarasa has all the reports. More on that photo President Trump tweeted out from yesterday's White House meeting that we're tackling classes are suspended in the nation's third largest school district, the Chicago Teachers Union rejecting the school system's proposal for a new contract Wednesday night. Teachers and officials then going on strike this morning. Roger Borges has all the details. Up next, secrets of a Utah Commerce chief is refusing to hit the brakes at an LGBTQ conversion therapy ban for kids, despite objections from the Mormon Church. As Maity Murungi explains, the church wants to see changes made before the ban is approved. Looking around the country, a Florida state senator wants to ban some sunscreen that could harm marine life. California is starting to offer some undocumented immigrants full access to health benefits. It's a historic move since no other state has expanded state insurance programs to low-income residents, no matter their status. Paula Byron has more. Now to Mexico. Because of the long wait for those seeking asylum, some are relying on human smugglers to sneak them across the border to the United States. According to a man that works as a smuggler, it's a business that continues to be profitable despite policy changes. Nidia Cavazos has his story.
The water in the river has risen to a dangerous level for migrants who are choosing to cross to the U.S. through this route rather than having to wait by the international bridge in Brownsville and Matamoros in Mexico for an indefinite amount of time.
And up next, police are a frantic 911 call in California led police to the home of a former TV star. When authorities arrived, they found Tarzan, former Ron Ely's wife, had been stabbed to death by their son, who was shot and killed by police. Rafael Rodriguez has more details. Unbelievable. And a murder suspect in Florida says he killed 3 innocent people because God told him to do it. The sheriff in Polk County says the suspect is, quote, pure evil and deserves the death penalty for his violent crime spree. Ricardo Arambari has a troubling story. Up next, Canadian President Justin Trudeau. 2 cell phone companies get an app that has credited with saving the lives of teens. But first, a major tech titan sounds off free speech. Annabelle Sedanos has all the details in today's Tech Report.
Hi there, that's right, and we begin with this. Mark Zuckerberg is planning to give a speech today, and that was your daily dose of tech news. Have a good one, guys.
Check in with Carolina Sarasa, who's standing by with a preview of our next hour on Unews. Caro, what do you have for us?
Well, thank you, Maity. A lot more coming up today. And as the vaping crisis continues, the list of fatalities also keeps growing. We have details about 2 new fatal cases related to vaping. And also, it is a moment of bravery caught on camera. Dramatic images of a police officer rescuing a man whose car was strapped as the train was coming at a very high speed. And a shocking new report says that 95% of prepared baby foods are contaminated. We will tell you how and why coming up. I'll see you guys in minutes. Maity, back to you.
Thank you, Carolina. We'll be waiting for you. Welcome back to Unews. I'm Maity Interiano. Lots of new companies are jumping into a streaming game, setting up a showdown among media giants. Medium Arias takes a closer look at the growing competition and who is likely to win the streaming wars.
A survey of 1,500 Netflix users found that 75% have no plans to subscribe to Disney Plus or Apple TV Plus. And among those planning to add a competing service, the majority plan to keep Netflix, not to switch.
Okay, that's somewhat good news, but is Netflix losing subscribers more than it's gaining right now?
So in the second quarter of this year, they did report a loss, about 126,000 of their users in the US. But then in the third quarter, they did gain 500,000. Now they expected to gain a total of 800,000, but they still made a bit of a gain. And worldwide, they did get 6.3 million new users. So I think overall, they're kind of doing better worldwide rather than in the US, but they're still doing pretty decent overall.
And going back to Disney Plus, is this going to be available everywhere?
So on November 12th, we're going to see it available in the United States, but over the next 2 years, we're going to see them go global. So we're going to see them little by little kind of start,
taking
expanding
over
their boundaries.
And
yes.
Everything Disney will be available there?
Ideally, their plan is for eventually, yes. At the beginning, it's only going to be a few things. But the good thing is we're going to get to see, Pixar. We're going to get to see Marvel. So if you're a fan of the Marvel series, if you're a fan of Avengers, you're going to get to see all of that in there. But, at the end of the day, they're projecting a lot of people are going to join them. But we have to see, when it starts, then that's when we'll actually know.
More options, more competition. But at the end of the day, who wins and who loses?
So I have a theory, and I think a lot of people that I was reading, about, a lot of experts are saying that technically it's the consumers, the ones that are losing, because now you kind of have to pick where to go. You can't get everything in the same place. You have to pick, okay, if I want to see the things on Netflix, or if I'm a fan of Disney, will I do Disney and Netflix? Will I leave Netflix for Disney? We've got Apple TV too. We've got more coming in the future. So we have to see what works best for everybody and how they're ultimately affected.
What we will have for sure is Unews.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for being with us today. That's all the time we have for today in this first hour of Unews. I'm Maity Interiano. Stay tuned for the second hour with Carolina Sarasa and so.